Hey guys, welcome to BDD with Cucumber Interview Question and Answer Set 3. Today you can learn the third set of 25 real-time interview question and answer for BDD with Cucumber. What is the difference between scenario and scenario outline? So in a particular features file, either we can create multiple scenario, right? But in case your scenario is common, right, where you need to just vary some input or data or the output data, right, you can use scenario outline. So I have tried to give the detailed description. Suppose say we are creating a scenario, right, where scenario might be some sort of common features can be there, and in the given when then some common feature can be there where that feature is varying with the data only, right, the value will get changed. So instead of writing so many scenario where few data will be varying, right, we will be creating scenario outline. So as and when we will be creating the scenario outline, so whatever data is getting varied, right, we need to give that code, and that we need to create a variable. And in the example file we need to create multiple row. The first row will be the variable header, and in the other row, right, we can have the different data set. So in case, right, your variable header and your in case your 5 row is there for the variable data, so your scenario will run for 5 times. So that's why you can distinguish, right, between the scenario and scenario outline. So in case you are using scenario outline, you have to use example, right? So what is scenario? Copying and pasting scenario to use different values can quickly become tedious and repetitive, whereas scenario outline allows user to more consciously express this example through the use of a template with placeholder. The scenario outline step provides a template which is never directly run. A scenario outline is runs once for each scenario, each row in the example section, right? Whatever has been given. So first will be your header, right, where you will be varying the data or creating the variable, and after that your data set will be there. So in case you are having 3 row, 4 row, 5 row, so your scenario outline will run that many times. How does the JUnit Test Runner class look like, and explain the same? So you already seen whenever you are creating any sample framework with the help of Cucumber and using BDD, right? So first thing is that you need to create features file, right, and in the particular package, right, you can have multiple features file. So once you rewrite the features file, you have to create type definition class where you need to implement all the undefined step. After that you need to create a runner class where you will be adding all the Cucumber options. So as and when you are creating the runner class, right, you need to use run with where cucumber.class will be there, and after that you need to use Cucumber options where you can need to use features, glue, tag, diarun, strict, monochrome, like that. Features will be nothing but the path of the features file, right? Cucumber options are used to set specific property for your Cucumber test. Then glue is nothing but the path of the step definition file. Diarun will only have the boolean value true or false, which will check for missing step definition. In case you are using to true, right, in case you are having any missing step definition, so that will be displayed while running the test runner class. Then tag is nothing user need to use to group Cucumber scenario in the features file. Strict is also boolean value, it can have true or false. Fail the execution if there is a missing step in case you are using step. And monochrome also, it will be having the boolean value true or false. It will display the console output in readable way. In case you are not using monochrome equal to true, so your the console output will not be in the readable format. So that is the reason you need to use monochrome equal to true, so that you can easily read the output of the console. How can user run a selected test from a group of tests in the Cucumber? So for that, user may execute a single test from a set of tests in the Cucumber framework using the tag idea. This is found in the test runner files, right? Here you will be using Cucumber option section, you will be using the tag, right? So here you need to give tag equal to the tag name with the help of @annotation, right? So with the use of @tag name keyword, user may tag a scenario in the features file. A scenario can have one or more tag within the features file. User can separate test scenario with assistance of the tagging. User must pass the tag name value with the tags argument to execute a selected test in the cucumber, and user need to pass not sign before the tag name value within the tag parameter to exclude the test from the running. So that's why in case you don't want to execute a particular scenario, so you can use the tag name, and before that you need to use not operator, so that the particular tag name wherever scenario is there, that will be excluded from the actual run. What is the starting point of execution for features file? So when Cucumber is integrated with Selenium, the starting point of the execution must be from the test runner class, because test runner class you are defining all the details, right? The features, glue, tags. So based on the features file, based on the tag, based on the step definition, right, features, other thing, your test case will be run. So starting point will be test runner class. Can you name any other BDD tool except Cucumber? So there are few tools available except Cucumber for the BDD or the behavior driven development, like JBehave, SpecFlow, and EasyB. What are hooks in Cucumber? Okay, multiple prerequisites are required at the start of the execution for most of the time, right from setting up the WebDriver, browser setting to cookies, navigating to specified URL. Similarly, some step must be performed after executing the scenario, like quitting the driver, clearing browser cookies, generating report, etc. Such cases can be easily handled using one particular type of Cucumber annotation, namely Cucumber hooks. Cucumber hooks are block of code that run before or after each scenario. It can be defined anywhere in the project or step definition layer using method called @before or @after. Cucumber hook annotations allow user to manage better code workflow and help in reducing code redundancy. Cucumber hooks are used in a situation where prerequisite step before testing any test scenario is performed. User might have worked across different testing annotation like before test, before method, before shoot, after test, after method, after shoot, etc. Unlike TestNG, Cucumber provides only two hooks, is before and after. So most of the time, right, whenever you are creating the step definition class, right, sometimes you are not initializing the driver or maximizing it or not quitting it, so that wherever common step will be required to execute each and scenario, you can use the before hook and after hook, right, for the common step. So that will be executed like before each scenario is define your features file, or after each scenario. So that's why hooks plays a pivotal role in Cucumber. What is before and after hook in Cucumber? Before hook is nothing but it will execute before every scenario, whereas after hook will execute after every scenario. So if you see the example here, so in the step definition class you can use @before, then you can create a method for setup, right, and then you can add the details, like it may be you're launching the browser, you're setting up all the properties for the browser, maximizing the browser, all this stuff, or sometime maybe the passing the URL for the driver, right. In the after hook also, it after using @after annotation, you need to create a method, return type will be void and it will be public, so that it can be accessible everywhere. Then you need to add the step like quitting the driver or closing the driver or browser, all this stuff. So that's the reason, right, before and after hook also very important in Cucumber. What are tagged hook in Cucumber? So tagged hook are basically the problem solver when user need to perform different before and after actions for different scenario. To explain in a simpler way, think user have 5 different tag like sanity, regression, integration, UAT, like everything, right, which need to be tested with different URL. This is where tagged hook help user to achieve that. Now user will create the hook file and define tagged hook in it, right. This can be done using @before @after hook followed by the tag name, the scenario as shown in the below. Suppose say in case you are having 5 set of scenario and for the 5 different URL, right, for the smoke one, for the integration one, for the UAT one, for the regression one. So you will be using the tagged hook, and you will be using, so you will be using that hook before or after, and you will be using that tag. And so that in that particular right tag hook, you will be creating a method, and you will be launching that particular URL or the particular browser or the particular operating system, like that. So that's why a tag hook is very important in Cucumber. How to set order or priority of Cucumber hook? In case user have already worked on TestNG, they must be familiar with the priority of test and execution order. Similarly, Cucumber hooks also can be executed as per order. Let's consider an example with a hook file consisting of 2 at the rate after hook and add 2 at the rate before hook. So user will set the order of the hook as per requirement by simply specifying the order in the hook file, right? So whatever class, step definition class you are using, you can use multiple at the rate, multiple at the rate, before at the rate after, like that. But you need, in case you are not maintaining the order, it will not run properly. So you need to maintain the order. So in the before who at the rate before, the order will come from the ascending order. So from the 0 to 1, 2, 3, like that. So whereas for the after hook, it will be executed from the descending order, from the like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like 0. So that's why you can give the order, right? And with the help of the order or the priority, right, Cucumber hook will work accordingly. It will run accordingly. What is report in Cucumber? So report is very important for any automation framework project. Does not matter it's Selenium project, it's TestNG, or it's Cucumber, right? So during the test execution, either manual or automation, it is always required to understand the output of the execution. The execution output should display in specific format, which immediately depicts the overall result of the execution. Hence, tester framework also should have the same capability to create output or generate test execution report. It is essential to know how better user can generate their Cucumber test report. As Cucumber is a BDD framework, it does not have any fancy reporting mechanism. In order to achieve this, Cucumber itself has provided a nice feature to generate the report. Cucumber.io has developed a free cloud-based service for sharing report. Cucumber reporting service allows to configure Cucumber to publish result to the cloud, which can be accessed from browser throughout the organization. Cucumber user reporter plugin to provide report that contains information about which scenario have passed or failed. So in case you are creating normal framework and you case are not implementing the report, right, you cannot, after executing the test run class, that it will generate the report, like it will generate the console output, but it will not give you the complete picture, like how many feature has been run, how many scenario has been run, how many test messages has been executed, test step has been executed, what is the overall status, out of which how many passed, fail, or block, right, all this stuff. So in case you are using the report, proper report, it will give you the complete picture, right? It will be presentable format, you can share with the respective stakeholder as well. What is PT and monochrome mode report in Cucumber? So PT is the first plugin in the test run class, the PT. This provides more verbose output. To implement this, just specify plugin equal to PT in the Cucumber options. Monochrome mode reporting. If the monochrome option is set to false, then the console output is not readable as should be. In case monochrome is not defined in Cucumber option, it takes it false by default value. That is the reason in the Cucumber you need to use monochrome equal to 2, so that whatever console output is coming, it will be more readable format, right? You guys can easily understand the console. How to generate HTML and JSON report in Cucumber? So in case you want to generate HTML, JSON, XML or JUnit report, no other extra dependency you need to add. Just like, right? So to generate the HTML report in the test runner class, right, you need to add some details. So to generate custom report in HTML format, you need to include the below plugin in the test runner class. So plugin equal to pretty will be there always after that comma. HTML is the type of the report, and you need to give the reporting name, which folder you want to create the report. Like in the target folder, I'll be creating another folder called HTML-report, and then HTML.report.html, so that after you run your test runner class, automatically some report will be generated in the path, and you can take that path and you can open it in any browser, so that it will give you some sort of HTML format report. So after executing, Cucumber will generate the HTML report under the target folder. You can open it after taking the path in any of the browser. Then JSON report. To generate custom report in the JSON format, you need to add the below thing. So here plugin equal to pretty will be there. After that, the type will be JSON, and in similar way you need to give the target folder will be creating the report, and the extension will be report.json, right? The extension will be always JSON report. So it will give you JSON report. Similar way, if you want to generate XML report, you need to use JUnit, the report type, target folder, and it will be report.xml. Also JUnit report is also possible, right, with the help of Cucumber. So in case you are using JUnit, report can be generated in a separate file, depends on runner and by providing the below plugin. So it will be HTML format, you can get it, otherwise you can get it in JUnit format. So JUnit target and that folder you can keep it so that it will generate the JUnit report in the target folder, and you can get the path and you can open the path in any of the browser. You can get the details report in the right either in the HTML JSON format or the XML format or the JUnit report format. What is extend report? So whatever report I have covered so far, it can be HTML, JSON, XML, JUnit format report, might not be appropriate sometime because customer or the stakeholder expect more, right? So it is not appropriate sometime to share with the respective stakeholder, as demand is complete exhaustive report with proper graphs, pie chart and the more granular details. So extend report is a powerful open source library used in testing automation framework for generating beautiful and user friendly HTML reports. It allows the user to customize the report template by using custom CSS, JSON or XML. It can integrate with almost all the major testing framework like JUnit, TestNG, etc. Extend report are HTML based document that can carry detailed information about the test execution along with the custom log, screenshot and use a pie chart to represent the overview of the test. Extend report cannot directly integrate with Cucumber framework. However, in case user want to generate extend report for their Cucumber features, user will need to use some adapter plugin. Additionally, this plugin will allows the extend report to recognize and capture scenarios and features present in the framework. It is where the Grasshopper Cucumber adapter plugin comes into the picture. This plugin is built on the top of Extend Report and allows user to quickly generate Extend Report for their Cucumber framework. Moreover, this plugin helps in reducing the pain of implementing the report in user framework. So what are the steps you need to follow to generate external report using Cucumber? So definitely you know, right, whenever you are creating any Cucumber framework, you will be creating the map and project, right? And in the form.xml file, you already adding all the dependency like Cucumber, JUnit, Cucumber core, all these dependency, right? After that, you need to add few more dependency in your form.xml file. So first thing, if you want to generate the external report, so you need to add Grasshopper extend report adapter plugin to the Maven project. So you can navigate to the maven repository.com path and you can type extend report in the search box and you can select extend report adapter Cucumber 7 adapter plugin. So and you need to copy that Maven dependency and you need to add it in the Maven.xml file. After that, you need to add extend report library to the project. So similarly, you need to go to that Maven repository.com path. You need to type in extend PDF report in the search box and you need to select extend PDF report and you need to add the Maven dependency in the project. After that, you need to save it so automatically all the relevant jar file or adapter or the plugin will be added to your project. Then in the file, right, where your features file is already placed in the packages, right, or in the packages, you need to create a file called extend.properties. So extension will be always the dot properties. In the same folder where features file were located, you need to add the following line to the features file. First one line will be the extend.reporter.spark.start equal to true, and second line extend.reporter.spark.out equal to the output folder along with the like format of the report, right? So you can target folder and you can create a one more folder with the extend report and it will be .html format, right? So this is the three step you need to done first. After that, you are already having your plugin, sorry, and the runner class where you need already having the plugin called pretty, and after that, you after comma separated, you need to add this line, right? com.appendstack.extendReport.cucumber.adapter extend cucumber adapter colon, right? After completing all the step in configuration, run test in our class and then refresh the project. Beautiful HTML report will be generated in the target folder with the name whatever you name him given and the extend HTML, right? It will have how many features has been run, how many steps has been run, how many scenario has been run, what is the status, the run based on the kind of tag, right? And it will give you complete picture which can be presentable to the respective stakeholder. How to maintain backup of all the report? So in case you want to run multiple times after changing the tag or changing the different parameter, but every time your original report will be replaced and the latest report will be there, right? Your original whatever report already there, that will be deleted and the original latest one will be replaced, right? So in case of multiple times execution, it will keep on overriding the previous report once the new report creates. Usually user need to maintain the backup of all reports generated from the previous states. Hence, user need to save each report with a different report name or the folder name. With the extend report plugin adapter, it's pretty easy to create report in the different folder names. User need to add two more settings to their external properties file, right? Base folder dot name and the base folder dot date time pattern. So this is the thing you need to add. So whatever you have added here, right? These two line. After that you need to add two more line. Base folder dot name. This is the folder where you want to generate, and base folder dot date time pattern. This is the pattern you can give it, right? So DDMMYY hour minute second. So if you give it, so in case your report is getting generated, so second will be definitely unique. So that is the reason your original report will not be replaced. Every time a new report will be generated, new folder will be generated, and here it will get the report with that extension called DDMMYY hour or minute second. So the values assigned to this will merge to create a folder name. Consequently, report will generate inside that. The value for the base folder dot datetime pattern should be in the valid datetime format, whatever you are giving. So that's why you can maintain backup of all generated extend report. What are regular expression in Cucumber? A regular expression is a pattern describing a certain amount of text. This the most basic regular expression consists of a single literal character. How to run Cucumber test using tag in the command line? So for that, definitely you need to add your Maven compiler and the Maven file plugin in the form.xml file, right? So you can run it with the help of Maven test. So you need to open the command prompt, you need to go to the project, right? After that you need to type here Maven test hyphen d caps cucumber.filter.tags and whatever tag you want to execute with the help of double quote and that thing. After another one, that Maven test hyphen d cucumber dot options and tag name you need to use. So based on that, right, it will, through the command line you can execute your project based on the tag name you want to execute, right? What is data table in Cucumber? Data table in Cucumber are used to add multiple parameter in step definition in a tabular form rather than putting all the parameter in the Jerkin statement. This is much easier to read and multiple row of data can be passed in the same step. Data table from Jerkins can be accessed using the data table object as the last parameter in a step definition. So below is the example of a data table. So this is the picture, this is your scenario, and this is the given when and then condition, right? In case you want to enter in the some of the steps you want to enter some valid credential, you can give it, right? The username and the password in the format, pipe separated format. So that is the way. So what is the scenario outline? So scenario outline, right? You will be running your test case with the varying of the data, but here with the help of data table you will be adding the only the data one, so that automatically it will take the data. What is the difference between scenario outline examples table and the data table in the Cucumber? Scenario outline keyword is used to run the same scenario multiple times with different combination of data. Cucumber automatically runs the compile test in the number of times equal to the number of data in the test sheet. Whereas example tables always have a header row because the compiler needs to match the header column to the placeholder in the scenario outline steps. So that is the basic difference. How can user run Cucumber test parallelly? So Cucumber JVM parallel plugin, which may be used with Serenity BDD, can be used to conduct parallel test in Cucumber. The plugin will look whatever resources directory wherever you are putting the features file. After that, it will create runner for each of the file. What is the profile in Cucumber? So Cucumber profile can be created in the project to make the configuration. A default profile will always be available in the project. The configuration file will be like cucumber.yml file where the profile will be configured. The data type and the parameter types can be configured using the type registry. The profiles by default profile will not be available in the Java, right? In case you want to execute anything with the help of profile name, right, you need to use cucumber features hyphen p and the profile name. So that's how you can run it any profile, right, once it is created in the cucumber.yml file. framework design which can be implemented in the Cucumber. So you can implement page object model, you can implement log4j, you can implement external reporting, right? You can add the dependency injection like Pico container, you can add object repository. So this is the framework design part you can implement whenever you are creating a project with in Cucumber with the help of BDD. What is test harness? A test harness for Cucumber or RSpec allows for separating responsibility between setting up the context and interacting with the browser and cleaning up the step definition file. What is the right way to execute specific scenario from the features file? User can select the target scenario from a features file by providing its line number. Sometimes suppose say in case you are having 20 lines number, 500 line number in a particular scenario, right? Or maybe 100, but you don't want to execute everything, right? You want to start your execution from a particular line. So how can you do it? So you need to use Cucumber feature, then slash test features, right? Wherever it is kept, none colon then line number, right? Hyphen format HTML test features HTML. So that's way you can execute a specific scenario from the features file. So that's all from the 25 question and answer, right? Third set, whatever I was trying to cover in today's session. Thank you.